Hey guys, this is Yegues
and Jonathan from Zauce Industries.
and Jonathan. Today is September 18th. Do you know what that means?
It means that Borderlands has been out since midnight.
Yes.
Yegues and I went and picked it up at midnight last night, and we were both a little excited. Yegues actually won a lottery. You didn't get the cube, though.
I didn't get the
Sadly.
useless cube. I did want it, but I mean, I chose 800 Microsoft points. That was a little more.
But we were really excited for Borderlands 2. Actually, none of you guys had played Borderlands until a little while ago.
Yeah, you actually just showed us Borderlands 1 on PC, and we played it like I don't even know how far we got. We didn't do that much.
We did the first few levels, but
it was pretty fun. I mean, just first of all, graphically, I mean, it looks pretty much the same. What's like the whole graphic thing?
It's called cell shading, where they outline everything in the little black line. And even though like the first Borderlands still looked pretty good with the blooms and stuff, but that now it looks even better, honestly. So
yeah, so it has that same kind of concept to it, but
it's just cuter.
Yeah,
you know?
Overall it's cuter.
Yeah.
So like story wise, we don't really want to spoil it all, but it's in the same world kind of thing.
Yeah,
but,
you're still on Pandora, which is this planet, and you're still hunting for a vault. So,
but,
I guess...
just got a little Zaucier and, everything's screwed up more. But, anyway, so, you're still following the beginning. It pretty much starts the same, It honestly is a little slow at the beginning, but it's a lot better, in my opinion, than the first beginning.
It seems funnier. Like, all the dialogue and stuff is pretty clever, and
they definitely
Claptrap is still annoying as usual. So.
He's cute.
He's pretty cute, but he's annoying.
Yeah, so classes, they're still the Siren,
but she's different. Like before, I think they kind of like took her phase walking ability and made that into Zero's new cloaking ability.
They kind of like split that up, and it's more like elemental and healing, which is good, especially with Matt.
Yes.
He can just heal us instead of missing all his shots. But so that's definitely a lot more useful in my opinion. And then you have Salvador, which is like the gun-zerking guy, and he's just kind of the tank. You also have the soldier. It's pretty much the same. That's what most of the footage. That's
and the turret seems to do really good damage on here. Is it way more than I felt on Borderlands 1 is kind of underpowered.
Yeah, it kind of sucked honestly, but like it's already seemed useful, even though it's just the first tier in that. And then there's Zero, who seems like they did the most updating with. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the same as a sniper, but they like took out the whole like hawk thing, and he's more of an assassin. I know, like in character selection, it's actually called assassin.
Yeah.
So
he's pretty interesting because usually the melee on Borderlands 1 kind of felt like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like you could just use it if you wanted to, but with like him, an entire tree is based off of that.
Yeah. And even with our characters, like I've used melee so much more.
It's strong.
It's pretty good.
And does it give you more XP? It's
I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to that much, but it's definitely a lot more useful.
Yeah.
And then, of course they have 87 bazillion guns still.
Even though, like, at the beginning, I feel like we've gotten, like, 4 different guns. They've all looked exactly the same.
I mean, they do look pretty similar, because
they're
still
I'm
generic.
Sure they'll... Yeah. I got one towards the end of us playing last night. That was, like, a big window that looked all wiggly.
Was it
and
like
stuff.
a sniper?
No, it was like a shotgun or something. It was weird.
But like I don't know, did you or Matt have the actual like elemental ones, or did you just have generic ones?
No, I didn't get one yet.
Because I had the one that you actually reload. That's new in this game. You reload it and it throws a gun and it explodes.
Which just makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Honestly, it's just extra damage.
Another thing that is pretty cool about this is the whole interface and we played Borderlands 1 on PC, and then coming over to console I was a little worried, but the interface is really cool.
Yeah.
And like you see this little holographic display, and
it's awesome.
And you even see it like if someone else is doing it, you still see it in front of them. So it's really cool. Yeah. And just it works well, even on split screen, which is surprising.
So. I mean, so a lot of this footage you'll see is split screen. Now with online, you can do split screen plus split screen. I know there's a lot of kind of controversy on there online, people not knowing what's what, but you can. I'm not sure necessarily if you could legit go online with random people, but I know we went online, or we were just doing us, and we were both on split screen and it was working, so that's good.
I think as long as you're in a party, it'll work.
Yeah, but the only thing is if you're a guest, your progress won't save. But if you do have a friend that wants to play, I mean, 1 or 3 months of gold membership is like $10-$20, so it's definitely worth extra money to play with it and actually save your progress.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like you said, the interface is definitely weird. It was a little confusing at first because I knew select was map. That's kind of a generic thing in most games.
But then you have to like scroll up a little bit or use the bumpers,
or you just kind of have to know. And it works. I mean, if you start playing single player, it'll be obvious. But we started with co-op campaign, so it was a little more tedious to figure out.
So another thing we could talk about, I guess, is the enemies. Like, I remember on Borderlands 1, one of the things that you all complained about a lot is that you're pretty much only fighting bandits or skags.
Yeah.
And already we've seen those, but more.
Yeah, so...
And the bandits, too, just seem more... they're like, smarter. And, like, when you hit them, they'll stumble. And then the badass ones just, like, destroy you.
Everything just seems so much better.
Yes.
And it's like...
And the levels are bigger. It's great.
Instantly liked it a lot better than 1. Like, when we first started playing 1, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, heard about it, but not much with it. But Borderlands 2, I mean, is awesome already, and we're just like, we played for at most an hour last night, and it was intense. So, achievements. I know you're not much into achievements, but, none of them seem too difficult. It's kind of the whole generic RPG, kind of Mass Effect deal. There's get to level 5, 10, 25, 50 with that number of gamer score each. So, that just comes through progress. I know in the first Borderlands I was looking at those achievements and, they said you might like have to play through twice to get to level 50, but I mean, you could just there's just so much to do. I mean, you probably don't even need to do twice. There's also exploring different regions of the map that are like named areas,
like spending certain amounts of money,
and then so the achievement list isn't too bad. They're also only a couple class specific. That's generally like, I know for the commando, it's release your turret X number of times, or all of them have their own specific kind of things.
Yeah.
But the achievement list isn't too bad. They're only 50. I'm sure they'll end up being more once DLC comes out. But yeah, so
another thing I kind of wanted to say is that like if you play the first Borderlands and kind of didn't know what to think about it really, it's really similar. This game is to the first Borderlands, obviously.
Yeah.
But it just seems a lot more polished and like it embraces its
I feel like
much better because like the first game, it honestly in Borderlands in general is just pretty awkward. It's like it's humor and it's cel shaded and it's just really gory, but it's mixed. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's weird.
It's
just this embraces that and just makes it like, hey, we got 1,000,000 guns. You shoot people, blow people up, and it's funny.
Yeah, like
and
even
it
the
works
trailer.
Really well. Yeah, the trailer.
Like they just. I feel like they just went on the forums and actually like listened to what people had to say.
Yeah,
and they just they kept making it. It's just what Borderlands is.
Yep.
It's unique and amazing.
One thing that if I had to complain about something, I think I would complain that with it's hard to tell what the different ammo types are on split screen.
Yeah,
because like, and that's actually my other complaints. Like even the UI is a little bit kind of crunched together.
But
screen,
how much could you ask for?
I know.
To buy a giant
Most games
TV.
don't even do like online split screen like that.
So I do have to thank them for doing that because I know if they didn't do that, we probably would not have this game right now. But it is a little crunched up, and there's not much space when you're going through menus. But while fighting, I think it was still pretty easy to navigate, especially since we're used to like Halo and whatnot.
And they seem to do a good number. I don't know if I didn't look through the settings, but there's a good amount of auto aim, so it makes it not annoying. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's not excessive really.
And so it's not bad. And I know with a split screen, you can make it vertical split screen, so that might help.
Well, then you get a tiny field of view. I don't know.
Yeah, so I prefer horizontal. You can do vertical, but I mean, a lot of people would probably start with single player, and then they'll get used to the different ammo types. I mean, once we have time to actually sit down and look through everything, we'll probably figure it all out. But that was this is Borderlands 2, and you should definitely get it if you have not. It's for Xbox, PC, and PS3. So, I mean, unless you only have Nintendo consoles, you shouldn't have a reason to not have this game.
Highly recommended.
Amazingly recommended.
Yes.
Yeah, bye.